What happened?
We got arrested.
No, to us. Burke's right. We traded our dicks in for pussies. Seriously.
Student loans. Awful humor.
Saint's name used to mean something more than body spray and
Cringe writing.
Our brand's worth a shitload of money.
Is that what it's all about?
So, as a disclaimer, this video isn't exactly going to be a review of the game. It's going to be more of me talking about certain aspects of this game that I just did not like. I guess you can call this a rant video, because I can genuinely not find anything good about this game besides the customization. As a longtime fan of the Saints Row series, this game feels like a slap in the face. I feel like I should tell you that my favorite Saints Row games were Saints Row 2 and 3. I was intrigued by this game because the developer said that this was a mix of Saints Row 2 and 3, and they were wrong. I can't get over how horribly written this game is. There's no sense of direction, the characters are one-dimensional, and are very cringe. The writers tried so hard to make us care about the main characters, and they failed miserably. So the three main characters are Eli, Nina, and Kevin. Kevin being the most annoying. There is just nothing to these characters. There's no backstory, there's no character growth, there's nothing. I know I'm kind of biased because I love Saints Row 2, as well as the characters that came with it. So I admit it would have been hard for me to get used to these new characters, but this is just nonsense. The one thing that annoyed me the most about these characters and the story was just the fact that they would not shut up about not being able to afford stuff. Like, I'll play a clip now from one of the YouTubers that I watch, and he sums this up perfectly.
Hey, yo. Kev, quick question. The Idols robbed this fella I know. Any idea where they take his stuff?
Probably to the camp. This friend of yours some rich bigwig?
How do I get out of here?
Just a regular Joe trying to make ends meet.
That doesn't sound right. The Idols are about taking down the corrupt system, not the little guy.
Yeah.
Oh
and they
my
never
God.
Get overzealous.
Well, just be careful, okay? The
Are they
Idols
gonna have
like a
fucking
family to
Bernie
me.
Sanders
I
as a
promise
player
I'll
or
be nice to
character? Yo, is there gonna be Bernie Sanders DLC?
I don't get into politics on this channel, but I just can't help it, because they shove it in our face so hard. I may be looking too far into this, I admit it, but the constant pandering about not being able to afford stuff is a bit annoying. Like, they flat out say that we can't pay our student loans, so let's start a gang. That makes no sense to me. Then they have this speech in the middle of the game towards the other gang members telling them that they are sick and tired of people telling them that they just have to be patient to make it in the world and to not bow down to a boss. Is really sickening.
The four of us founded the Saints, but it belongs to all of us. It belongs to anyone who dreams of making something of themselves and are fucking tired of the world trying to hold them back. Life is hard enough without having to deal with middle managers with no discernible talent telling you how to do your job. Without having to deal with assholes who've had every opportunity handed to them, but never had to fucking work for a single one of them. Without being told that your time will come. You just have to wait. Be patient. Well, let me tell you something. We're fucking done waiting.
I know the developers said they weren't trying to push a political thing in this game, but they really were, in my opinion. The mission design is also horrible. They're so repetitive, and they really just don't make sense. Like, one of the missions is that you need to go to their bed, make a waffle, and watch TV.
God damn it. Stupid refurbished appliances.
Modern gaming.
This is what they think is primitive gameplay, when this is just stupid bullshit. If I wanted to make a waffle, I would just play Cooking Simulator, not Saints Row. I thought that the side missions would at least be good, but no. What I mean by the side missions is that you can buy certain empty lots and start a new business like Jim Robs, which used to be Rim Jobs, or a nuclear waste plant or chop shop. These are cool concepts, but once you actually get into the swing of the missions, you realize that they're repetitive and boring. The best way I can describe it is what you do in Grand Theft Auto Online, where you have a drug business, so you have to go to one side of the map, get a vehicle, and then drive back to where your business is while being attacked. That is literally all you do for the side jobs in this game, and it gets so repetitive and tedious. So let's talk about the gameplay itself. The gameplay feels like something you would have in Saints Row the 3rd. The reason why it's okay for Saints Row the 3rd is because that game was released in 2013, where this game is brand new. In my opinion, there's no excuse to have the gameplay feel like Saints Row the 3rd, that, mind you, ran on the Xbox 360. It's awful. A lot of the enemies feel bullet spongy, even though you could alter that, but I'll get into that later. You face the same amount of enemies, you shoot all the enemies, and then you're done, and it's just so bad. Usually I would enjoy shooting up enemies and stuff, but in this game it is just not satisfying at all, because the enemies just don't chase you when they need to chase you, and they're just not smart. Let's go back to the main characters for a minute. So this game is meant to be a game where you play as a gang, right? So you'd assume that you would be around people that look like actual gang members, but not in this one. According to one of the people at Volition, they said that they want these characters to feel like people that we would want to be in our living room and to hang out together. So you're telling me you want criminals and gang members in your living room? I wouldn't want that. What I don't like about this game is that they're trying to make their characters relatable, when they're not relatable at all. It's like a bunch of boomers wrote the script. I know many other people have said this, but it feels like they got an AI algorithm to read Twitter posts of millennials to see what they had to say about life and what they thought was funny, and then they just wrote the script off of what the algorithm told them to say. It's this bad. They're trying so hard to be relatable and safe, yet it just ruins the whole story. Do I even need to mention the glitches in this game? I'm gonna try and find some clips of some glitches, because it is that bad. Have we not learned from Cyberpunk that we need to release a game completed?
It's like modern gaming kind of fucking sucks.
I'm going to genuinely speak from the heart now and talk about why this feels like such a betrayal. Saints Row 2 was one of my first games that I have ever played. You could say it was basically my introduction to gaming, and ever since then I have loved playing video games. Everything in Saints Row 2 was perfect. The way you could create chaos with cheat codes, and the story felt genuine, and the characters felt genuine as well. Johnny Gat was the mass murdering crazy person that we all loved because he was not afraid to go full murder. We really liked Shaundi because she was very chill, and then Pierce was great because he was the comic relief that was actually funny. Then we had our character, the boss, who genuinely felt like a psychotic person, and it was just such a great game all around. I admit, I enjoyed Saints Row the 3rd, but after that, that's when everything went downhill for the series. Saints Row 4 wasn't great, but at least they kept the original cast. I was open to having new characters for the reboot, but they really had to live up to the great expectations, because they knew how much we loved the original cast of characters. I was genuinely excited for the Saints Row reboot, because a lot of what they were saying sounded great, and they said they wanted the characters to be people that we love. Then they started saying stupid shit like, oh, we want these characters to be relatable. We want them to feel like your friends, and they're making a gang to pay off their student loans. These characters that are in this reboot just feel like characters that the original cast would have made fun of and would have beaten the shit out of them. In all honesty, these characters seem like they'd be wannabe saints in a different universe. Now that I say it, it would have actually been a great Saints Row game where they would have another gang named the Saints, who also tried to live up to the actual Saints, and that these characters that are in the reboot would be the ones who would get their asses kicked. I honestly do not understand what the writers and the developers were thinking. I'm gonna say it, I think they were being too safe and they were afraid to be cancelled on Twitter for making a game that makes you think about gang violence. So what they did was they tried to push a stupid political ideology that everybody would love on Twitter, and that they would be hailed as heroes for standing up to the bigger man. In the end, they released an unpolished, annoying, cringeworthy game that nobody should ever think of buying. I will say that this game was a waste of money. I'm Canadian and I paid almost $90 for this pile of shit. Do not buy this game. I have lost all faith in Volition, and I will never ever spend a single dime on anything they release ever again. You may think I'm being entitled, but a lot of people would agree with me, because we were kind of duped into thinking this would be the start of a new Saints Row game series, but honestly, I don't see another Saints Row game coming out ever again after this, so I just don't see that happening. I would usually give a rating for this game, but in my opinion, like I said before, you should not buy this game. If you want to enjoy an open world game, then just play any of the Grand Theft Auto games. Even like Vice City or San Andreas is worth way more than this game. I hope you're happy, Volition, because this is what you think of your original fan base, and if you got your money, so just stop while you're ahead. Anyway guys, I'm really sorry for this ranty kind of video. I don't usually do stuff like this, but because I love Saints Row so much, I just felt like I needed to make a video expressing how I really feel about this game. I really wish I could understand what Volition was thinking, but we'll never know about that. I honestly don't know what I'm going to review next. I'm either going to review the first Batman Arkham game, Grand Theft Auto 5, Midnight Club, Saints Row, or the new Destroy All Humans. I'm pretty sure I'm going with Destroy All Humans. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video then, please like and subscribe and let me know what you thought of the Saints Row game. And don't be afraid to tell me that you like the game, because whether you like this game or not, you're welcome here. So don't hesitate to let me know if you enjoyed the game.